everyone, welcome back to this channel of crafting, crochet and knitting. My name is Nikki. How are you guys doing? As always, let me know by leaving a comment down below. I am doing okay. I'm still trying to get used to these new hours where, you know, I have a commute, I then have my job, like I'm in the office for a set amount of time, and then have my commute back. It's very different from a PhD where I was just kind of working from home and able to pick my own hours a bit more. So yeah, still getting used to that. It does mean that not a lot of crafting has been happening, unfortunately. I'm very sorry, but I have been making some progress on some things, and that is what I would like to show you today. So you might have noticed that certain characters are perched behind me. We will get to them, I promise. I did announce on my channel that I had some exciting Harry Potter news for the Harry Potter fans among you. But first, I just want to take a little detour into the crafting that I've been doing. Now, originally this was meant to be a Harry Potter pattern, but there were some issues. So recently I got the Harry Potter Knitting Magic book. This is absolutely incredible. It's packed with such amazing designs. You can see some of them on the front there, but the one that caught my eye in particular was on the back, and this is the Time Turner inspired jumper. And when I first got this book, I was just so excited. I jumped right in, trying to make it out of some yarn that I've got, and it was just not going to work. So let's dissect why this was a massive mistake. The yarn I had was a cotton blend, and I got 2 balls in dark purple and 2 balls in more of a lilac purple. And so I decided to do this pattern, which has lots of the main colour and a tiny bit of the contrast colour. No, it was not going to work. I actually didn't even get up to the motif before using well over half of one of these balls of yarn, and I'm pretty sure that that basically means there was just no way that I was going to get sleeves on this jumper. That didn't work. The second problem that we had is just I need to work on colour work, because I was picking my yarn up in a way that wasn't actually consistent. And when I get my head around it and how to do it, and I've watched some videos, I will explain more about what I mean by that. But I got to the point where I actually figured that it wasn't gonna go very well until I picked up how to do a bit of colour work. And probably the most important thing about why this jumper did not work with the yarn I selected for it in my haste is that when I looked at the ball band for the cotton blend, I found that the yardage was not as much as I anticipated for a cotton blend, and in fact it was a sort of a heavy DK or a light Aran type yarn, and this jumper pattern is designed for 3-ply yarn, so that was not going to work. And on top of that as well, I also just have some shaping issues. I measured myself up and realised that the size that would best do the neck for me is too small for what would then be the arms and the waist, so I'm going to have to try and mash 2 sizes together. Lots of reasons why I jumped into this project too quickly. So I frogged it back, and I will do that. Trust me, no one is more excited for me making that jumper than I am. However, I don't have the yarn. I need to park it. I really want to make that jumper. But I repurposed the yarn. I thought, well, I may as well get this yarn out of my stash and make what was originally intended with it. Now, because it's a cotton blend, it's quite light, like breathable and drapey, and my original intention was to make a sort of summer t-shirt with it, or a vest. I didn't know, I figured that 4 balls would be enough, but then I didn't really anticipate that actually it was quite thick. So I picked up 2 balls I think I said already, I picked up 2 balls in the lilac and 2 balls in the deep purple. And that meant that I had something like 800 meters, I think is what it was. And I was going to do just a simple stripy pattern. I just needed sort of a design that showed me the shape. And so I found one and then I ignored it. Basically. The pattern is really nice. The finished product is lovely and drapey. It's sort of a kind of T-shaped front and back that you sew together in such a way that it is joined at the top here and then like joined at the sleeve, so that you've got this nice little gape, really nice and airy. I don't know if the same gape exists at the bottom or whether you stitch up the bottom in its entirety or not. But these are really wide neck, and then like I said, there's gape on the arm, so it's very summery, and then it just drapes off you. And I got started on this, but rather than doing it in 2 panels that would need sewing together, I wanted to do it in the round so that I could actually try it on as I'm going and work out if I'm getting the right size. So I doubled the stitches of 1 panel, joined in the round and got going. And I figured that until I get to the sleeves, this will work quite nicely. So this is how far I've got. I think you can actually see where my seam is. Yes, you can. There it is. So that's where I've joined it in the round, but it's not too bad, right? That's not terrible. So it is lovely and drapey and breathable, and I'm doing the pattern symmetrically, so I'm just starting the second big lock of lilac, and then there will be these 2 lines in reverse, and then purple will be the main constituent of like the sleeve area. So yeah, going really nicely. Like I say, when I get to the sleeves, I will then have to half the stitches and then go up and down in rows instead of rounds, but that's fine. I just wanted to do the pattern as I went, trying to work out how much lilac was too much lilac, because I'm definitely more of a dusty autumnal purple tone person than a lilac purple tone person, but I didn't have enough to do it just all in purple, so I kind of want a bit of it to pop with the lilac, but then I don't want it to be 50-50 in a really obvious way. Like, I don't just want to have even stripes up the work, but if I did it in 2 panels, it would be really difficult to tell how much yarn I had left. So that's why I'm doing it in the round like this, so I can sort of adjust a little bit as I go. So yeah, anyway, enough about that, because you're not here for that. Well, I mean, you are, you're here for crafty things, but I promised you Harry Potter at the start of this video, and that's not Harry Potter. It's distinctly, it was meant to be Harry Potter, and this is no longer Harry Potter. So what is Harry Potter? What is the exciting Harry Potter news that I have for you? So, when I made these, and I finished them up, I mentioned that I had a plan to go and get some different coloured yarn and hack together, using the patterns, a Draco, a Ginny, a Luna, a Dumbledore, a McGonagall, and I'm sure I would have come up with some other ideas as well. Because the patterns themselves are pretty standard, and you just kind of can rip bits out of it and edit them to make other creatures, or in this case other characters. And these were originally from Aldi crochet kits. They came with the yarn, the pattern, needle and hook. And I don't really need the hook. I could have used different yarn, that wasn't the point. I mainly wanted the pattern. And the problem is that I've been so busy that Aldi has kind of beaten me to it on a couple of these. So, exciting news number 1. Look at that. This is so exciting. McGonagall is one of my absolute favourite characters. I absolutely love Maggie Smith's portrayal of her, the sass, the amazing balance between a character who is firm but fair, and at the same time genuinely cares about the students. So yes, this is McGonagall. Look at her. Signature green, signature hat. There are glasses there, but they are finer, because if you look at the costumes from the film at least, the glasses that McGonagall have are sort of like kind of half rimish kind of like a lot more subtle than those big, bold, black rimmed glasses that Harry has, that is like iconic to him, as per the picture on the side there. So yes, a lot more subtle detail. My plan was to make a hat as McGonagall's defining feature, and try and rip sort of Hermione's robe for her outfit, and I was teetering over whether I should use a green or a black, but this one has green, so I'm super happy with how that one looks, and I'm just gonna pop these on the floor so that they are out the way. I have to hurry this up, my battery is complaining at me. Okay, so second one, Dumbledore, absolutely amazing. I'm quite happy to have got a Dumbledore pattern, because I'm not gonna lie, I was quite worried about how possible it would be to rip apart Ron and Harry, who are very standard, kind of like student-esque, and turn it into a Dumbledore who has the quirky beard and some quirky robes sometimes, and in this case the hat. But we do in fact have patterns there. I love that it is his purple outfit. That's one of my favourites of his. So yeah, super excited about this one too, and so glad I don't have to do the beard. And now this one. Another amazing character, but I have a few more issues with this design. Also a few things that I actually never thought of doing, so. Look at this one! Look at those crazy eyes! Yes, absolutely love it. Actually, sorry, I probably shouldn't say crazy. That was wrong with me. What would they be? Like, creative, unique eyes. Yes, Luna is definitely unique. Let's use that word. That's a much better word. So yeah, Luna. I originally was just going to do like Draco, Luna and Ginny, very similar to the trio, but with their own house colours. So obviously green and silver for Draco, and blue and bronze for Luna as a Ravenclaw. But they've actually gone for more of the sort of, you know, muggle clothing aesthetic, because in the early films they very much did robes and exaggerated the magical side of it, but as they moved more into the third film, and then when we see Luna in the fifth, we get more of them wearing sort of normal clothes, normal muggle clothes, when they're going to Hogsmeade and things, which is interesting because you can get more personality out of the characters, as indeed we do with Luna's unique glasses. So I love those. The issue I have is actually the pink and not the purple, because if you look at the film outfit that this is designed off of, she is wearing more of a sort of dark lilac purple. I don't know if we have her ever described as wearing pink or not. I'm not sure. So I kind of want to swap the pink out for the purple, but I never would have dreamed of doing those glasses of hers in the design. Like I said, I was going to keep it very simple and just go for robes. So very excited for this. So yes, those are the 3 new characters that I have come across, and I'm super excited to make them. And I want to put it up to you guys to decide which one I need to do first. Now, I'm not promising that I'm going to be able to get around to making this anytime soon, but that means you guys got plenty of time to vote on which you would like me to make first. So, Dumbledore, McGonagall, or Luna. Cast your vote in the comments of this video, and in a couple of weeks time I will check them over, count them up, and decide who you have picked for me to do first. And of course, if it's Luna, I'm gonna have to try and find a different yarn. But yeah, so let me know. I'm super excited for you to decide, and I will see you in another video. Bye for now.